Welcome! It's Ashley from Demystifying Your Health. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to be talking about something that we're sort of all familiar with, and that's coughing. Obviously, at some point in your life, you've probably had a cough, and it's most likely gone away. So how do you know if a cough should be treated seriously, because it means something is really wrong, versus just something that, it's no big deal? Well, let's take a look. So a cough is your body's natural response to something that's irritating either your throat or your airway. So its whole point is to help protect you by preventing things from going into your airway or clearing things out of your airway or throat, such as mucus, food, anything like that. And the force needed to do this is actually quite significant. The velocity of air when someone's coughing has been measured at 500 miles per hour. So this is why when you're coughing for extended periods of time, it can get very tiring. Also, it can cause many side effects as a result, such as headaches, chest discomfort, sleeplessness, broken ribs, and urinary incontinence. So coughs are broken down into two main types, acute and chronic. Acute means that it lasts less than 3 weeks. Some common causes of this are obviously the common cold, flu, pneumonia, whooping cough, any sort of chemical irritant, and obviously choking. Chronic means that the cough lasts longer than 8 weeks for adults or 4 weeks for children. And there are a variety of causes here as well, such as allergies, bronchitis, postnasal drip, GERD, which is gastroesophageal reflux disease, asthma, COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, emphysema, TB or tuberculosis, heart failure, medications such as ACE inhibitors, which are used to treat blood pressure. One of the side effects is that it can result in a chronic cough. And then there are certain conditions that impact children more than adults. And this can include things like croup, RSV, which is the respiratory syncytial virus, or bronchiolitis. So when it comes to treating coughs, it really depends on the cause. Obviously, chronic conditions that cause coughs like bronchitis, COPD, those type of things, you're going to need to talk to your doctor to be able to find a solution to help reduce the amount of coughing that you have. For acute coughs, which are the ones that are usually caused by colds, flu, and other things, this is where there's several things you can do at home to help reduce the cough itself until you're feeling 100%. So usually the first line is over-the-counter cough suppressants and expectorants. Cough suppressants help suppress that urge to cough, while expectorants help get rid of any mucus or any other things that are in there. So those are really great. Just make sure you check with your child's doctor if they're the age of 4 or below before giving them anything, just to make sure it's safe. Then, when it comes to another option, is you can suck on cough drops or hard candies. This is great because it helps soothe your throat, especially because it gets irritated from coughing, which makes you want to cough more. The big thing with this is they do present a choking hazard for kids under the age of 6, so don't give them cough drops or hard candies. Another option, which is helpful because it also coats your throat, is swallowing a teaspoon of honey. And this is really helpful if you want to mix it with warm liquids, like tea. So that's a double component of helpfulness there. A big thing with honey, though, is kids under the age of 1, their digestive systems can't handle it. So make sure you don't give them honey. Another option, and this is really great for kids, is using a vaporizer to add moisture to the air, or if they are really coughing a lot, running the shower. So it's a nice hot shower and they get steamy, and then have your child, sit in there and hold them, not necessarily in the shower, but in the bathroom, and let them get that moisture into their lungs and their throat. That helps relieve some of that discomfort, that irritation. And the nice thing about vaporizers, in the past, they used to be like warmed, it's like hot vaporizers. Nowadays, they are cool mist vaporizers. So this has significantly reduced the chances of getting burned by obviously having something hot that's making hot moisture come out. And then the other big thing here is not smoking or being around people who are smoking. Smoking is a huge irritant. And then if you already have irritation, it just makes it that much worse. So when should you see a doctor? Because this is a key thing. So you're doing all these things and you're just not improving. So if this is going on for several weeks, that's an indication you should be seeing a doctor. So another couple things to look out for is if you have thick green or yellow mucus that you're bringing up when you cough, if you have wheezing, if you have shortness of breath, or a temperature that's above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have any of these symptoms or a combination of these symptoms, that's when you need to call your doctor to go see them and get an appointment. A couple of things to keep in mind. If you're choking, if you're having difficulty breathing or swallowing, or you're bringing up blood-tinged or pink-colored mucus, or you're severely short of breath, anything that would indicate that you're having a really hard time breathing, this is an indication you need to go to the nearest emergency room. Obviously, usually it's a good idea to call 911, have them transport you if you have any of these, so that way you're safe, they can start treatment on the way to the hospital. When it comes to preventing coughs, there's a couple things that you can do, and it's broken down to acute and chronic. So for acute, you want to make sure you are trying to prevent yourself from getting sick, or others from around you from getting sick. Big thing here is you need to wash your hands frequently and thoroughly. So this means that you're rubbing your hands together with warm soapy water for at least 20 seconds. And you want to get all parts of your hands, your fingernails, the backs of your hands, your thumbs, all of those. And you want to wash your hands, obviously, after going to the bathroom, before cooking any food, after cooking any food. If you cough or sneeze and you sneeze or cough into your hands, definitely wash your hands then. If you've been around others who are sick, hand washing is so important when it comes to preventing coughs or any other illness, really. Next big thing is getting vaccinated against the flu, pneumonia, and whooping cough, and any other vaccinations that would apply. This is especially important for adults when they're interacting with small children, because often small children are ineligible to have certain vaccines, but adults who have the disease, which is mild for them, if they interact with the small children, they can actually pass the diseases on to them, particularly in this case, whooping cough, and that can be quite serious. So this is why it's so important for adults to be vaccinated as well, because not only are you helping protect yourself, you're helping protect those you care about. And you also want to try to avoid people who are sick. Obviously, if someone's visibly sick, they've got nasal congestion, they're coughing, sneezing, they just don't look well, try to stay away from them. If you're sick, the key here is stay home. Avoid interacting with others so that way you're not spreading the illness to them. Next, when it comes to chronic conditions, this year the big thing with preventing a cough is preventing the conditions themselves that therefore then cause the cough. So the number one thing here, especially because we're talking about anything with your respiratory system, is don't smoke and avoid being around those who smoke so that way you're not inhaling secondhand smoke. This is the huge component of this right here. The other big components are of any type of healthy lifestyle you want to have, and that is exercising regularly and eating healthy. So you want to have nutritious foods, well-balanced diet, you want to be getting plenty of physical activity, you want to be not smoking or around those who are smoking, and all of this is going to help hopefully prevent you from having conditions like COPD or GERD or any of these other conditions that therefore then could precipitate you having a cough. Coughs can range from something minor to something serious. Obviously, you need to know the difference between those and what the necessary treatments are for them. So hopefully the video today has helped you with that understanding. If you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear from you. Put them below, send me a message. Please like, subscribe, share, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. But until then, stay healthy.